So, from where we are right now in the Trump era, we're right at the beginning. It's barely started yet. And I can tell you something very, very clearly. Nobody has learned anything about Donald Trump. People are responding the same way, and they are not going to figure out how to deal with him in the years to come. They are acting as if the old rules apply. If we learned anything from watching Donald Trump run his campaign, the old rules do not apply. You can have all these, all the talking heads can have all these conniptions about this dust up or that dust up. I can't believe he said John McCain got captured. Oh my Lord. And everybody has a freak out except for Donald Trump. And what happens to Donald Trump's popularity? Nothing. Zip. Now I fell into the trap, okay? I believe the talking heads up to a point, and I thought Donald Trump could not win the election. But now that he has won the election and he did it on his terms, I understand completely that Donald Trump will only grow in power as people keep applying to him the same worn-out standards that they applied to him in the past. He proved that the rule book does not work. He proved it. And they're still talking about him as if the rule books are going to work. It doesn't really matter what the controversy du jour is. Just think of it that way. The controversy of the day, the irrelevant dust-up that is not going to affect his popularity at all. That's what every single controversy you see around Donald Trump is going to ultimately be. The irrelevant dust-up that isn't going to affect his popularity at all. Kind of like the P word, grab him by the P word. That was the only one that I thought really could have taken him out, and even that didn't take him out. Now we're talking about Russia hacking and what he said about the CIA and, blah, blah, blah. And you go on CNN and they're having all these debates about what does Donald Trump say, what controversial thing did he say about the CIA, and what does he honestly think, and nobody cares. They don't get Donald Trump. I'm telling you that right now. They do not understand him because he does not respond to the pressure of the pundits the way other people did. He doesn't respond normally. And they don't notice it. So they continue as if their opinions matter when they don't. He proved completely and utterly that their opinions do not matter. And they still talk on as if they do. They don't. Now, it's a very different approach than Mitt Romney. Totally different type of person. And every other Republican who's ever run. Mitt Romney would, strategize accordingly. As if what the pundits said about what he was doing was relevant. Donald Trump alone among politicians has seen through it and responded. It's really not even conscious. He's just wired differently than everybody else. He gets upset about things that other people wouldn't even notice or think about, and that's what flies him off the handle for 2 or 3 days. And other things that other politicians would be crying about, he doesn't even notice. And this is the reality of how it is. It's how it's going to be going forward. And how it plays out is anybody's guess, but I'll tell you right now, nobody gets it. Nobody. Nobody understands it. Nobody's even paying attention to the actual phenomenon at play. Okay? For example, Donald Trump, the new dust-up that Donald Trump is causing is over The Apprentice. And was Arnold Schwarzenegger good as The Apprentice, and did his ratings go down? And now Arnold's tweeting about how bad he was or something like that. I don't even know the details because I didn't look into it. Because it's typical Donald Trump silly stuff. It's kind of fun, it's kind of entertaining, and it's kind of meaningless. And in that, he distracts everybody from the potentially important things. But the potentially important things really they're never going to affect him politically. That's the only thing I got to tell you. They're never going to affect him politically. The old rules do not apply to Donald Trump. And stop thinking like they do. There will be a new way that this all plays out. And how it plays out is anybody's guess.